you take a breather?
No, I'm good. Thanks. Okay, VHS. You guys are all really tired.
You're fine, go.
Okay, Bob
I believe in you.
is a lonely man who lives in an apartment building. He has a very large VHS tape collection. And all he does all day is watch movies. He sits in his apartment and he watches movies. But lately, he's found a new hobby that he's added to this additional hobby, and that is staring at the window at a lovely lady in an apartment across the street. And so he kind of goes from watching movies, and when she's home, he's over at the window. And he's watching, and not in a sort of perverted way at all. No, let's not make a mistake here. He's just infatuated, and he wants to find out a way to talk to her and meet her. He wishes he had that courage, but unfortunately, all he has is a massive collection of VHS tapes. And so, as he's one day sitting there at the window, staring at her longingly as she's doing something harmless across the way, he's watching, and he sees and he looks, and he can see her room, he can see another room that's in between like the living room, and he can see the entrance to the apartment, and he sees the door open, and there comes in an intruder, a very large man. And it's the 12-fingered strangler. When the 12-fingered strangler was born, his parents told him, "Son, you only have one occupation." It was to tie shoes, but he didn't know that. So he comes out and he's getting, and the guy, and Bob sees this and he goes, "Oh no, how do I tell her? Because he doesn't have her phone number." No, if he thought about that, he could have. He could have talked to her, gotten her phone number, and then he could call her and say, "Hey, there's a dude in your apartment." But he can't do that, and he freaks out. "No, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?" And he looks out, and he grabs his phone, and he calls the police. But they're going to take too long, so he calls. They're taking too long. So he goes, and he's, "What can I do? What do I have? Wait a second." And he grabs his TV. And he comes up to the window, and he has the VCR, and he puts in the tape. And it's like some murder. On the TV, and he's like, "Can't even see this." And as she's in her room, she comes up. She's looking out the window like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Okay, that's not working. We gotta try something else." And he goes and he puts in another tape, and he comes up, and it's like a man breaking into a house. She's like, I don't understand. He's getting frustrated. He tries another tape. It's like some children's program. He's like, "No, no." And she's still not getting it, even though he puts these things like a shark eating a man. Like, come on! Don't you watch movies? She's still looking. She's confused, and the strangler is right behind her. Because she's too busy paying attention now to even understand. She's behind her, going like this. And as she's standing there, he goes, "Oh, I have one last ditch effort." And he notices that her window is open. He opens his window and he drops the TV and he grabs the tape and he goes, because he's seen this working. And it walks through the sky like a ninja star. And it comes in slow motion and you see her and her eyes get wide. Because there's a paint flag and there's the strangler. And he's like, "What?" And it's flying at the strangler. But at the last minute, it hits the woman. She goes, she falls down, and the strangler goes and trips over her out the window. He falls. And he lands right on top of a police car, but he's alive because it's only like the third story. And they, cuff him and all that stuff. And then he just like waves to her. He's like, "That was me." And she's like, "Ow. Ow." And then we end.